Okay, Ronald Koeman is the favourite to take over at Barcelona. As a player there, he's revered as a legend. He is a club legend. His career there speaks for itself. The amount of trophies he won, the amount of games he played, his impact on that team. As a manager, we can look at his time in England, especially with Everton, where towards the second half of his time at Everton, things went drastically wrong very, very quickly, and he lost a dressing room. And you could question transfer policy. You could question tactics. You could question promotion of the youth policy, like giving youth players a chance. There's a whole host of things you could look at with Koeman's time at Everton. He did very well at Southampton, but his time at Everton is really interesting, in complete contrast to Southampton. Now, these are not clubs on the same level as Barcelona, but they're still top flight clubs. And his time at Southampton was very positive. He helped turn that team around, which got him the job at Everton. His success at Southampton in improving that team and bringing some very good players into that team and his style of play, got him the job at Everton. Everton were clearly chasing Champions League football. They wanted to climb up the table, and his first season there was a reasonably successful start. They were making progress. The next few months and the next season or so, it went wrong. They hit a skid, they lost some form, they lost some confidence, and ultimately he did lose the dressing room, which is going to be a problem because look at Barcelona's dressing room. There's a lot of egos there, there's a lot of individuals, a lot of player power. Messi is quite a big voice in that squad. PK is a big voice in that squad. You've got Suarez, you've got some very big egos in that team. That's part of the problem. That is part of the problem that Barcelona face, is the dressing room. Another part of the problem is the financial constraints upon the club. Who would have thought it? Barcelona are in financial turmoil. A club of that size, a global fan base, it's a global brand, they are in trouble. And if Koeman gets the job, I can see him selling more players than he buys and promoting more youth. He's going to have no other option. In order to balance the books and to alleviate the situation at Barcelona, you can rest assured players will be offloaded. And there is talk of Messi looking at the Premier League, links with Guardiola at Man City. There's talks of PK wanting to leave. There's talks of Suarez possibly going back to Holland, where he started his professional career. And these are big names in this squad. These are key players. And yes, they are aging at this point. They're all over the age of 30, but they are key players, and they still have a value to the team, whatever role he puts them in. They still have a value to this team with their leadership, their experience. So if he does get the job, it's going to be a difficult task, but he's got to try and unite that dressing room and try and build a new core of players, and that means promoting some youth players and some of the reserve team players into that first squad, and trying to link them in with the existing leadership that's there. But that defeat to Bayern highlighted a lot of problems with Barcelona, and part of that is retention of players on big contracts. And again, the youth policy where they've developed some brilliant young talent, but they don't retain them long enough. And then they don't quite fulfill their potential. They've got a great youth system at Barcelona, and it has brought us Messi, for example. It has brought us Gerard Piqué. He went to Man United for a brief period and then went back to Barcelona. They have a lot of success, but a lot of the time they have a lot of missteps, and they don't necessarily give some of these young players a full chance in the team. They go elsewhere, and their careers either do really well, or they somewhat stutter. But there needs to be not necessarily a wholesale clear out, but the transfer market is going to be interesting with Barcelona. And if Koeman gets the job, will his style of play suit the players there? Will his style of tactics suit the players there? And will his style of man management suit that squad? Because Setien lost his job because he lost the dressing room, and he lost confidence in the president, Valverde, and the board. That defeat was not necessarily Setien's fault, but they were ahead in the La Liga. They were leading La Liga before the lockdown came, although Real Madrid did actually overtake them before lockdown. But they were beaten in the Copa del Rey quarterfinal by Athletic Bilbao, which is, again, not necessarily any shame in that, because Bilbao historically are a big club in Spain as well. They've hit hard times themselves. They're not the team they were. So they lost the quarterfinal of that. They fell behind in La Liga, and they were knocked out of the Champions League at the quarterfinal stage, which meant they had no trophies this season, which is almost unheard of in recent Barcelona history, going a trophyless season. But the problems don't just lie with Setien. There's been a series of poor decisions at Barcelona over a period of time They've struggled actually to get past the quarter-final stage in the Champions League in recent seasons. I think 4 out of the last 5. So Koeman does have a task ahead of him should he get the job. There appears to be no other candidates putting their hand up to say I'm interested in the job, although the atmosphere at Barcelona has been a lot of chopping and changing with the head coach position. That is in itself an issue. So they don't give managers a lot of time at Barcelona. You either are successful almost off the bat, or you're going to be finding your way out the door very quickly. And you can win trophies at Barcelona and still get sacked. Look at Sir Bobby Robson. Won 3 trophies in a season, but didn't win the trophy that the board wanted to win that season, which was, ironically, La Liga, so he was out the door. So they don't necessarily have a lot of patience at Barcelona with managers. And Koeman, will they give him time should he get the job? That's an interesting thing. But you look at his time at Everton and the failures there, and this is a big risk. He cannot unite that dressing room because he lost the dressing room at Everton. He cannot unite that dressing room at Barcelona. This could be a big risk on Barcelona's part, and they may have to sack another manager not long into their tenure. But I'm going to leave that there. Thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.